Well, hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, somewhere out there in the world. Happy Sunday, SON day to you all. It has been a wonderful weekend. I hope that you all have been enjoying these 2 days thus far and you're making the best of it. Now, I don't have a guest today, but I figured let me talk about a topic, a subject that we all need to talk about, and that's love. Um, First of all, I want to say thank you to all who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, Eve Gomez, and also the Face of a Hero um, YouTube page. We want to thank you for subscribing to it, to the channel, and also for following me on all social media platforms. Um, it is a delight to be here, to show you some love, to be the light in the dark. Some may agree, some may not, and may not, but I'm okay with that. Now, I know that this show used to be an hour. The Face of a Hero used to be an hour, and we've cut them down to 30 minutes because I know that everybody's attention span is not on it, as always. And I'm one of those that multitask. I don't know how many of you are actually can sit there and not grab your phone and look at stuff while you're watching something, or you're onto looking at your emails, or you're just doing something else besides what you're currently doing, as in watching a show or texting somebody or on the phone, but you're still doing something else at the same time. Some of you would call that multitasking. And some would say that that is not actually very good, and that you're not as successful in creating things while you are being um, distracted or multitasking. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. And of course, I found out some rather sad news today, and it left a lot of us by surprise, lost for words. And a dear friend, a brother in Christ, they're considering it to be a homicide. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that changed for a second of how I was feeling, because obviously we have feelings. We care about people. I care about people. And so my condolences to the Cruz family and Brandon's children. Something that you don't expect. And all of a sudden, surprised that someone's gone, that's no longer here. And that is what happened. I was scrolling on social media and I happened to see a picture and read a comment, and I just could not believe it. Why am I sharing this? Because life is too short, people. Life is too short. La vida es muy corta. Yes, I'm bilingual. For those who don't know, Spanish is my first language. Um, and I just wanted to share that because we take a lot for granted, folks. We take a lot for granted. And we don't realize when a loved one will be gone, or even when we are going to be gone. We don't realize how long we're going to be here on earth. We don't realize how long our loved ones will be here on earth. We don't know. We don't know that day or that hour. We do not know. But what we do know is that today is all we have. And I wanted to dedicate this to my family, my loved ones. And, I'm multitasking right now, inviting my loved ones and my families to watch this because we are live, obviously. And just to send a special message to all of my friends, acquaintances, associates, loved ones, family, because life is too short. And first of all, I want to say that I do love you. I may not know you, don't need to know you, but I want to tell you that I love you. And you can't do anything about that. You can't take that from my heart. People have tried to put bitterness in my heart. People have tried to put anger in my heart. People have tried to put negative, bad thoughts in my mind by talking to me about people. And I don't really allow that. You can talk to me about others, and it is up to me to handle it in the best way that I can and not let it get to me. So here it is, folks. This is Real Talk with E.V.E. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about unity. Let's talk about forgiveness. Let's talk about joy, peace. How many of you feel that you have these gifts, the fruits, right? Let me look up the fruits. And I felt it's important that I need to talk about this because there's too much bitterness going on. There's too much resentment going on. There's too much hate going on. There's too much of everything other than love and happiness and joy around the world. And the fruits of the Spirit are several. And I pray that you feel that you have these fruits in your life, in you, right? The fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Ooh, that last one. Self-control. How many of you can say you have self-control? Let me tell you, folks, I have seen during this season, this presidential election year, that a lot of people did not have self-control. They allowed a person to control their emotions. They allowed a person to get them angry, upset, and feel hate. I will not, hear me out, folks, because I love you. I will not allow anyone make me feel anything that my heart should not be feeling. It is my feelings. They are my emotions, mine, yours. You get that? Self-control. We need to practice that self-control. We also need to practice the emotional intelligence that we all should have within our lives, in our hearts, in our minds. It's missing in a lot of lives. And I'm here to tell you, I have scrolled, I watch, I read, I pray after everything that the Lord just shows me. Now, I don't sit and just scroll, just, to be trolling. I don't do that. All of a sudden, something pops up, something opens and shows me. And I've seen a lot of that division going on. So I'm here to tell you, my friends and my family, that love conquers all. But do you know the definition? This is an educational part of my show today. But do you know the true definition of love? Do you know the true definition of love? What is love? What is love? What is love, folks? Love is patience, is kind, right? Love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. I see a lot of self-seeking people on social media. It is not easily angered. I saw a lot of people easily getting angry. And it keeps no record of wrongs. Why do we keep record of wrongs? Well, you've done this and you've done that, and it's been this long that you've been doing this and did that, and you're counting the number of you're recording the number of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil. Did you hear that? Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. The more people grow in the relationship with God, the more his love compels everything that you do, say, and desire. The world has a lot of counterfeits that will try to take place of true, holy, and pure biblical love, but all will fall in comparison or fail in comparison. I'm going to be brief, guys, because I don't want to sit here and just talk. I want to see some comments. I'll read them out loud if you want me to. But I am only on 3 platforms this time. Thank you for my YouTubers, my LinkedIners, and my Facebookers. Ethereal Lifestyle is coming back. That is the name of one of my business. That is the name that my magazine is under. Ethereal Lifestyle. Just you wait and see. Launching come January. The magazine is coming back. The magazine is coming back, Ethereal Lifestyle Magazine. I will be featuring some great people as I have been in the past. I took a sabbatical from it. And obviously, I am decreasing the platforms here because there will be a fee for those that would like to be featured on my show because the expenses, cost has gone up for everything. And I have been doing everything without a charge. And the Lord said, my mouth makes me millions. And that is the gift He's given me to be prosperous with. We all have been given gifts to prosper. And I hope that you find out what your gifts are and find your passion. You'll eventually find your purpose and you do your purpose. You live, life purposefully, right? And so I've seen so much of this negativity, so much of this gossiping, so much of these bashing people. I don't care who you're bashing. What does that say about you? I don't care for gossip. I don't like it. Call me out, call me a liar, because I'm like, literally, I have someone texting me on my phone, very angry, saying the F bomb word. And I can only love that person for who God created them to be. And the enemy has been trying me every single day, trying me every single day. And I'm not laughing at anybody. I am smiling. I am rejoicing. I am full of joy because I have that gift, the spirit, fruits of the spirit. And I am able to do that. Now, would you be able to handle somebody texting you a whole bunch of negative stuff and cursing you out and all that? Would you just be at peace and not respond back with the same type of emotion? Or would you just like ignore it because resist evil and it will flee? Bye, Felicia. It takes strength. It takes strength to be able to do that. And that I know I have because I have been tested every single day. How are you going to react to that? How about that? They just told you, Eve. They can tell me off all they want. It's been proven publicly that I've kept my peace. It's not easy, but when you work on it more and more each day, believe me, it gets easier. And I don't know how to hate. I will not begin to start to learn to hate. And I've been given things, attacks, and a whole lot of things done to me to start hating people. But hate is not something in my heart. And I don't care how wrong you do me. Don't try me though, because I'll have to pray twice as much for you if you do me wrong, right? Because it says if you do something wrong to your God's children, be careful, people. But we have to lead by example, folks. We have to lead by example, learn from our failures, and you're really not a failure. You're really not failing either. Failing is not getting up when you fall. That is failing. And so we got to show some more love, people, within our own families. Stop bashing each other. Stop calling each other names, and censor. Stop that mouth of that person that's saying something about somebody. Sometimes I'll just say, "Oh, really? You don't say? Wow." And at that time, as I'm hearing it, I'm praying. At that time that I'm hearing it, I'm praying to bring peace to my ears, to my heart, and to bring peace to that person that's talking about someone that has hurt them, or they're just not happy about, or they're holding a grudge, they're being resentful. All of that is hurting you. If you feeling all of that in you, that is hurting you, not the person who you're hating on. Believe you me. Stop hurting you. Love yourself some more. Love thyself as you love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. But you know what? Bless your enemy. Do good to those who wrong you. That's how you kill the enemy. That's how you defeat it. Fire with fire, you can't find any, you can't diffuse it. Hate with hate, you can't get love out of that. Unless you can, and I'm wrong, but show me. So I just felt that I needed to touch that topic here today because everything I have seen, I've heard, I've witnessed, and a lot of it is not positive. It's not good. It's not healthy. The social emotional, the emotional intelligence that we're lacking. We're missing something here, folks. Why are we causing so much division? Yeah, Christians, believers. Why are we causing so much division? Why are we allowing one person control our emotions? Now, I've said this quite a bit on the radio as well, and I thank you for listening. We're gone 14 years. Can you believe that? 14 years on the radio. Juan, my co-host, and I, um, 14 years, and so I know that I am moving to other places, other spaces, but I will still continue to be who I am, no matter where God elevates me to or how He elevates me. One thing that one must work on is being humble. Humility is showing power, showing strength by being humble. And sometimes when we think we're being humble, humble yourself some more. And for such a time as this, it's just so much pain that I feel when someone else is in pain. And all I can do is just show my compassion, empathy, not sympathy. I will not feel sorry for anyone, nor do I want you to ever feel sorry for me. I want no pity party. Don't invite me to yours, and I won't have one. How's that? So I don't have to try to invite someone to my pity party. I don't even have it because life is too short. Life is precious. Life is what you make of it. You know what that cliche when they hand you lemons, make some lemonade, or dance in your storm. Well, what are you doing during your storm? What do you do during your storm? I mean, comment if you like. What do you do in your storm? Do you go and cave yourself in a room in the dark, excuse me, and become antisocial and don't want to speak to anyone? Now, I can understand if God says be still, right? If He takes you and just be on oneness with Him, that's not being lonely. That's not being depressed. That's not you hibernating or anything like that. That's just God saying, I want you for me for this moment or for this day or for this season or for this weekend. Because God had me from being out in the public for quite some time. I would say for about a year, 2 years, that I had not been back out there again in the community, out there in events like I have been this year. That was nothing but God. And well, didn't they invite you to this? Didn't you did that? People would probably would have asked if they wanted to invite me, but I didn't feel some kind of way. I didn't feel sour, sour. Listen to me. I didn't feel sour because I was not invited to this place or to that event. You know what? You can flaunt it all you want. I will be where God says for me to be. He orders my steps because He gives me that peace that I so watch and take care of and guard with all my heart. Because there's no amount of money that can buy you or I peace. Money sometimes will bring you problems, but I know it doesn't give you peace. It gives you a peace of mind to say, hey, all my bills are paid. Thank you, Jesus. That's good. That's great. But money will not buy you happiness. I'm not after money. I'm after my peace. I'm after the love. I'm after the respect. I'm after for the dignity, the integrity. I'm after all of that to have in my life to build good character. How are you building your character? Now, if you over there bashing people, it shows it's a reflection of you. Shows what kind of person you are. Now, I'm not here to judge you, folks. And thank you, sweet mama, sweet out in California. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to love on you. I've had people call on the radio and they'll bash me. I remember one young lady, and the reason why I want to keep bringing her up is because the enemy tries to break you, and he will use those closest to you to get to you. That's his tactic. That's how he works. When you know how he works and his trickery, you know how to be a step ahead, be ahead of his game. Because I don't play games, I don't do tricks. Now, the enemy, that's all he knows how to do, right? Because he's scared. He's angry right now when he's attacking so hard. But people, when you feel attacked, know that greater is he that is in you than he that is right here in this nasty, dark world that we're living in. So, what do we do while we're in our storm? You know what I do? I rejoice. I have my 15 minutes of fame, that human part of me, because As we all say, I'm a human. I'm a human being and I have feelings. I only allow myself, and please don't tell me, well, you need to, do it all day, go all night. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. I get it. But for how long are you not going to be okay? For how long are you going to be in your pity party? For how long are you going to feel sorry for yourself? For how long are you going to be all bent out of shape and discombobulated? For how long? When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, then you straighten up your crown, let things fall off of you, and live. Don't just exist, live. I'm going to keep saying this. Life is what you make of it. Some say favor is not fair. Well, excuse me. I think it's fair because when God gives you favor, there's a lot of things that you've gone through before you get that favor. Let me tell you. Because I don't look like what I've been through. And I'm full of joy because I know what's to come. I feel like I'm pregnant, about to have a baby. How many of you are feeling that way in this season? Like you're pregnant and about to have a baby. Well, I'm about to have one or two, maybe. I don't know, but it's, you know what? Double for my trouble. And I'm excited. For those of you that have known me, that have seen me out there in the community, in the public, at church, I am like always full of joy, excitement, and it's just because it comes natural to me, and I cannot kill it. I will not kill it. Neither will I allow you to kill it or anybody else for that matter, because that's just who God made me to be. And you can't be me. You can emulate me. You can try to be like me. You can copy me, but you're individual. God has made you unique. You know, don't blend in. Don't try to be all clicky. I've never liked clicking. I never liked to click anyway, for whatever reason that is. I just never liked it. But anyway, I know that I'm speaking truth, and I know that somebody out there needs to hear some of this because they've been feeling some kind of way about some other people and that they're not being paid attention to. They're being ignored. They feel ignored. You know, the enemy's just lying to you. You don't need someone's permission. You don't need someone's approval. You don't need someone to say, okay. You don't need that approval so that you are able to do more for yourself. You don't need approval from people. If that's what you feel in your heart and you know that it's going to help you and others, go for it. Vamos, adelante. Si se puede. Yes, you can. And yes, I can. And yes, we can. Do that. Stop waiting for somebody else to applaud you. Look, it's okay to be by yourself and work it. Work it, girl, to my women. It's okay to work by yourself. It's okay that if no one believes in you, that you keep going. You know, I've created things and I haven't had a person there to say, you're awesome, Eve. You keep doing it. That's me doing it to me. I self encourage myself, I self motivate myself, and you have what it takes. Yeah, it's better when you have a team, right? But when people don't believe in you and they don't support you, because I'm there a lot. I support others more than others supporting me, and that's okay. That's cool because I'm that strong that I can't say I don't need people, but I won't let that stop me. I won't let that block me. I won't let that discourage me. And neither should you. Neither should you. I'm just saying, right, sweet mama sweet? I'm just saying. I'm just saying because I'm here to speak real talk with you. Stop beating yourself up. Get out of the way so that God can use you, so that He can show you the way, so that you can see the gifts that you had right in front of you. Because sometimes we get in our own way and we don't see it. And we try to do things our own way and it doesn't work. And we're due to get, He's going to allow us to do it every time. Yeah, maybe getting a step closer to where we need to be, right? Today is not a permanent position. This is just temporary where we are today to get to where we need to go. Just like our past. We've already been there, done that. And everything that you're going through is to prepare you for your next journey, for your next chapter. We're the only ones writing our story. There's no one that can tell you my story better than me. And there's no one that can tell your story to others better than you. You are the author of that story. Write well. Build good memories with your loved ones. They hate you. Oh, well, love on them anyway. Send them I love you. Send them a spontaneous message because life is too short. Brother Brandon is gone today, and I know where he is. He went to be with the Lord, and I've known him for so many years before he even came to church and just said, I surrender to you, Lord. But how he ended, I don't think he ever thought that it was going to happen. No one thinks like that. No one knows how our lives are going to end. When you wake up, do you know if you're going to come back home when you lock out the door? No. When you take off in your car, do you know if you're going to make it to your next destination? No. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. The next hour is not guaranteed. The next minute is not guaranteed. Some people didn't wake up today, and last night they didn't know that tomorrow was not going to be a good day. It's a new day for everyone. But I'm just keeping it real, folks, because life is really too short. Love on your folks, love on your family, love on your neighbors. Wave, open the door, do a good gesture, do a random act of kindness, sow a good seed in good soil, because you could be sowing seeds in bad soil and you're not going to reap any harvest. Been there. So I just kind of really wanted just to say that. And you can't take that from me. And you shouldn't let others take the love and the peace and the joy that you have in you, because storms will come always. Yes, praise him. Storms will always come. I'm in a storm right now and you have no idea. I've been homeless and no one had an idea, any idea. But God, but God. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. My mouth, my voice makes me millions. And I thank you all for getting excited that I brought back my podcast, Moments of Inspiration and Motivation with E.V.E. And I am actually recording one tonight. So stay tuned. I know that the Lord has blessed me with his voice, and I don't take it lightly. I am grateful. I have an attitude of gratitude 95% of the time. And the other 5% is when I have those 15 minutes of fame, when I'm feeling something else. But you know what? That's just between God and me, those moments. I don't let people feel those moments with me. Excuse me. I could be having a bad day. Actually, do I have bad days? I don't think so. I have bad moments, just not days. You'll never know that I've just had something happen to me, and then I rub it on you, and then I mistreat you, or I don't respect you, or I say the wrong thing because of my emotions, because of what I'm in at that moment. You will never feel that from me, because I know how to separate that. And many of you need to work on that, because if you're having a bad day and you're around people that need your love and you're not there to give it to them, don't even show up. Stay home, boo. Stay home, baby. Stay home, woman, man, whoever is listening, because it's no one else's fault that you're feeling bad. No, I'll feel bad with you, not for you. I'll show some empathy, compassion, love, understanding. That's what we're missing too, understanding. Try to understand the person that just cursed you out instead of cursing them back. Why they do what they do. And that's been me for years now. Why does I know the problem isn't me. Why did they just insult me? I don't get offended easily at all. I forgive you quickly. So why did that person say what they said? That person must be having a bad day. And it happens in customer service. Boy, they don't know how to give you customer service in the best way. And they tell you they're not having a good day. But you know how I changed it? You're not having a good day, are you, sweetheart? Look at you. You have such a beautiful smile. And that changes it right away. Whatever they were just mad at, my words, speaking life over them, changes their train of thought wherever they were in that moment, that they were not being very kind or nice. Say something nice and you'll change their way of speaking or thinking or the way they're treating you. I'm not saying it always works, but it has for me. So with that, folks, I know that my show is only 30 minutes. I thank you for joining me. I hope that you took a nugget of what I said today, and I mean it with all sincerity, with all my heart, because I'm genuine. Some may call me phony. I don't care. Some call me a liar. I say the devil is a liar. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you think and what you say about me, because I concern myself with what God says about me more than anything else. And so with that, have a wonderful, blessed evening. Um, I pray that you have an amazing, awesome, powerful week. But it's all up to you. If it is to be, it is up to me. Remember, for every choice, there's a consequence that follows. So, what kind of consequence do you want to have? Think about that. And on that note, I got to go. I got things to do. There's so much work to do, especially for whom much is given, much is required. But I said yes and amen. And with that, peace to you. God bless you. Love and hugs to you. Thank you once again for joining me here on Real Talk with E.V.E. Until next Sunday, stay tuned for a powerful guest coming up. We're dealing with saving lives, saving lives, saving lives. Nos vemos. Buenas noches.